Hello, Terry here, and we're back with a monster inside. So I'm guessing that this will be the final episode for the game. I think it will be longer because it's supposed to be 48k word, but apparently it's split between the choice you make. There's a lot of choice to be traversed here, so that's okay. That means we can, there's a lot of replayability in the game. Yeah, let's just continue playing the game, shall we? We have defeated Cormium, and now we are stepping outside the Guardian. I felt my body go under. Okay then. I was out of breath, and everything seemed to be slipping away from me. Oh, okay. Was I drowning? Thoughts in my head rushed back to me. Yes, the Guardian. It was a spherical capsule in the sky. Did I just plummet to my death? Nah. The sheer force of falling should have killed me. At least the water was here to break my fall. Oh, oh, you fall. Okay. This is suffocating, almost unbearable. I can still breathe, but the fact that I can see anything is killing me. It feels as if you have been wrapped up, restricted. I have to swim out of here. Oh, okay. You rise up to the surface of the water to find yourself, once again, at the Maldivian River. I must have been here for a while if the river all the way from Murongo made its way here. Okay, so you have been sinking for a while. Resting, a short hike later, and we are home. Silver Tongue! Thank goodness you're here! There's something you need to see. Uh, Kichi, wait. Ah, that's just the sound of the wind. I almost died today, Kichi. So I'm not in the mood for any more of your reprimands or your opinions. But Silver Tongue, I'm going to sleep. I didn't even have the chance to take a nap in between yesterday and today. Wait, don't go to sleep. I'll make you breakfast. Okay. You can't, Kichi. You're stuck in a jar, remember? You yawn. What I need is a shower and a nap. No, Silver Tongue. Look. Ah. Kichi shoved its jar across the counter so it can move closer to me. Oh, you see this? You're in the Avant News. Oh, interesting. Oh, and also, yeah. I almost forget that it seems I set the volume too low. I'm gonna increase it. There you go, that should be enough. What? I'm not newsworthy. Also, I've never heard of them before, probably some independent underground site. No. What do you mean by you're not newsworthy? You literally make bully a cosmic horror to cease their existence and make the other one explodes. Well, it reported your new alliance with Cormail. See? What? Ugh. I move the zine towards me and start skimming through the dirty and tarnished paper. Ah, interesting. It's before the explosion, it seems, because Meum is still intact. Oh, you're wearing that kind of stuff. That's nice. Interesting. Yep, that's definitely me, and that's Cormail. How could they have known about it so soon? It must have been the time it took for me to get out of the river and walk back home. But that is impossible. But it is. Kichi, how do you think they knew of my conversation with Cormail? Are the details accurate? Let's read the detail first. I pick up the sign of the counter. After further observation, I realized that all the details were kept relatively vague. A conversation had taken place. There was some conflict. Parties involved came to an agreement. Interesting. There's no actual definitive information written in this entire thing. The fact that they knew this itself is a bad sign. Okay. Wait. Who wrote this article? They only thought... Sorry, how do you read that? They only thought that Daily the oh, I cannot read that. Daily thought that. Yeah. The one who knows all. Ah, the final cosmic terror, isn't it? Heard of them before? Yep. Never actually. Okay. I thought I would have most, if not all, of the great terrors pegged. If I don't know them, they are not worth my time. Really? But they know you. Ah, Kichi, what is it? Isn't that what a lot of people would assume about you too? The difference is, I'm trying to stay this secret. Clearly this Dulithek wants to get their name in the spotlight. You are failing on the discreet part. I wouldn't call it failing. Be honest, Kichi, nobody reads the event news. Oh really? Kichi do reads it. Listen, I'm going to take a shower. Hello, Kichi. The little parasite moved its tail out of the hole in the jar to start flipping through pages. Wait, this is literally just a copy of the same page. You see how unprofessional they are? Silver Tongue, I don't even think this is a real sign. Oh, okay, interesting. All of the news they have is outdated. Wait, this page is straight out ripped off from Doom Pokeline. What the? Okay. What are? Wait, you have a point. What is it? This design isn't just messy, it's almost incoherent. I kept flipping through the pages until I reached the final one. With it is a date, time, location, and a message. Oh, interesting. I'll be waiting. Oh, I like that. What kind of ominous message is that? Silver Tongue, do not take this lightly. This is being new of your conversation, this being, sorry, not this is being, and knows where you live. So, what? It's a cosmic terror. Cosmic terror tell you to go to their place, and you just not, so what? They're just a journalist, they can hurt me. Are you sure about that? They can sneak into Cormium's place undetected? That's a bit already. I don't think they are journalists. All of this is a cover-up. I could look into it, Globin. She'll tell me if this Dolin talks to someone I should keep an eye on. Okay. That reminds me. Silver Tongue, Globin says she doesn't wish to associate with you for today. Okay. I'm sorry, what? Not associate with me? Fine, academics are always going to be elitist. I'll ask your Gnark friend at the Zilker. We only meet with Globin once, though. He says he doesn't want to associate with you either. Oh, interesting. Hold on, why all of a sudden do they want to withhold information? They were my source. I haven't changed or done anything. Really? You haven't? True, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Unless it wasn't me who changed, but them. Indeed. They could get a letter too. Wait, what if Dooney got both them up? That's not the name. The little vermins. Wait, is it? I smash my hand on the counter and Kichi jar slaps off the table. I catch it in the nick of time. No, Kichi, why did you do that? Excuse me, Kichi. I almost died. Looks like we're both going to be someone else's meat unless we get a step ahead. Daring Gotain wish to play this little game, huh? You keep missing the name, okay. Okay, let's shake Kichi jar a little to ensure that Kichi is safe. Wait. Buying out my source and asking me for a meeting. What could they possibly want? I don't have a clue. It couldn't be money or any artifacts. I mean, you're poor. Frankly, you don't have anything, you're completely broke. That's what I'm going to have to solve once I get there. But before I do, I'm showering. Okay. Can you give me some juice before you go? Sure. I take from frisky juice form before and pour it, through the hole in Kissie's jar. Tell me when to stop. Okay, now. Kichi! Now keep going, please. Okay, no. Yes, okay, I'm stopping. Kichi starts licking the fresky juice that's all around the jar. It even starts swimming inside it. Okay, after you've washed yourself off, you know you have to start prep for the little talk with Deulithotech. Deulithotech is a strange one, yes, I haven't seen the form yet. You don't know anything about it? Appearing to be trustworthy could never help. And showing that you know more than it can work too. Ah, okay. Perhaps you could intimidate it, or try to befriend it. Maybe you shouldn't try to be too friendly. If you find some dirt on it, perception could also help. On this evening, you decide to... Okay, I know how to do this one now. As much as it pains you, it doesn't look you have any other choice. You have 2 points left to spend. Okay, let's go then. I think my perception is already enough. I'll just gonna increase intellect, eh? Logic. Knowledge. I'll just increase my knowledge. Perhaps I can reduce something else? Yes, I can do that. I don't need reputable, charisma, I only need 1 then. For science. What? Why is it reset? 4. That should be good. Increase intellect by 2, that should be good. Perception is good enough. Let's go. I'll go with this strategy. Right? Help me pick up cues. Oh yes, why is it stuck there? You read the papers trying to find out anything regarding the person who wrote the Avant article. But it seems like they erased all of their tracks. Or Kichi's right and the newspaper was just a cover-up for something more sinister. Oh no, it's stuck there. Your preparation time for the dialogue is up. Now, the Silver Tongue will attempt to win the favor of the interlocutor. Deulithotech, the one who hears all. Oh, I like how there's simply silence with a little bit of ambience. And how do I get rid of that? Okay, there you go, it's fixed. I have to restart the chapter a little bit. After a couple of hours, I reached the midtown of Solas, the listed location of where I was supposed to be. It looks beautiful. Strangely enough, or perhaps unsurprisingly, nobody in near sight can be seen, yes. I'm an hour's walk away from the nearest location warper and caught in an obscure, closed-off location. I was early, sure, but I wanted to seem at least competent. Or maybe I should have shown up late to seem like I don't care. What does it matter? The choice has already been made, yes. But the most frightening thing is I exactly know how I'm going to handle this. I virtually know nothing about them, but they seem to know almost everything about me. Okay, almost. I need to deduce exactly how much they know and why they have come after me. Suddenly you hear a knock on 5 doors. On all of the buildings that surround you. Oh, that's nice. I love that. What's happening? Then an earworm approaches you from an underneath tunnel. Earworm. Okay. It's literally a worm with an ear. A lackey. Okay, please follow me, Silver Tongue. Down there? My sincere apologies, you aren't an ooze-based organism, so you can sleep under, yes. Go inside the building 2 ways up from your right. Head straight through the door that's covered in black. Take the ladders down. It's lagging, sorry about that. You'll find me underground and I can guide you to the master. Okay, it seems it will be lagging at some point. I don't know, I cannot do anything anymore. My machine is bad. Sorry about that. The master, eh? The little tech is going on a little bit of a power trip, I see. No problem. Okay. Daily, daily thought deck. Okay. After navigating through the doors and tunnels, you meet with new earworm along with the one at Solas. Covam. Okay then. Glad to see our guest is still here. Let's see. What did I just say? We'll show you to the master. You continue walking down through some tunnels filled in an inky sea. There's a speck of orange and red sand along the floor and walls where earthworms dive in and out. Surprisingly, there's also a sign of green fauna in this place. Oh, interesting. And above in the glass tube, you can see creatures of the night floating and swimming around. And what are those? Those are cocoons. For I suppose nobody, the Lithotex sure has money to spend. You sure it's a nobody? The earworm that guided you here silently dismissed themselves. Then in front of me, finally the monster of the hour rises before me. Oh, you look like that, interesting. Oh, that's nice, I like that. The Lithotex bursts through the ink and wraps its tail around the walls of sand. It resembles a giant earworm, except it seems to be mutating into a farfalla. What's that? As it whips its tail around, trying to escape the quicksand, you notice how the Lithotex towers over you. Okay. It makes a rattling noise with its mouth, and the tender gills on the side of its face start shaking. It sounds of brass shells knocking up against a metal maze, yes. But you don't know if it is going to fire. Really? So... let's see. You've got an interesting place. Let's see. Because this monster, as a terror, seems to be hiding a lot of things. Let's just make it that we seems to know a lot. So nice to finally meet you then. One who hears all. It chuckles in a low, reverberating voice. The pleasure is all mine. I've heard a great deal about you, you know. Yes, you hears all. I can tell. I'm not surprised if you were to have some questions. No. I know all about you. That's how we are going to act here. But unfortunately, it is I who is going to be questioning you. Me? Last time I recall, I haven't been going around committing crimes. I'm a malformed siphon, something hardly worth mentioning, really. Oh. Confident body language. Okay. Well, you're in luck, because someone took notice. The whole point was that I didn't want to be noticed. At least not yet. I don't know if I or it should be the one making demands. Oh, is it trying to blackmail us? Let's see. But judging by dueling Godpox stature, why the names keep changing. It definitely has the physical advantage over me, really. Oh well, just have to make sure I don't lose my cool. As long as the questions are anodine, I could hardly care less. Okay, what the frick is anodine? Fair enough. So I wanted to know a little bit about your conversation with Fernway. And the reason I should tell you is because you're not living until you do. Okay. The tunnel entrance that I came from was suddenly blocked by black ink and orange sand. I could hear the earworms enclosing the way out with some arcane magic. Oh. So tell me, what happened? They summoned me? No. What else will a lost soul do but visit Fernway? You are a lost soul? Yeah, and one that made it out too. Interesting, isn't it? Turns out Fernway is going a little easier under Constitution on what lost being means. So I once made the cut, but I don't make it anymore. And why is that? Because in that miraculous magical moment I found my true life's purpose. And that is to eat my breakfast, which I so sorely miss. So if you could just let me go, that would be really sweet of you. Not a chance, okay. Being snarky doesn't work, nope. Fine. But that wasn't the only high-profile person you came across. No. The following day you were invited to the Guardian which hosts Cormeu, the heart of the Vanakava. And what's shocking is that you somehow left that place without having been assimilated. You would have been the first person to do so. Second, if you count Cerebrum. So what happened when you were talking to Cormeu? They invited me over so we could see eye to eye? Yeah. About? Well, they wanted some change for the Cormeu structure. Normally a collective will just consult itself, but they were wise enough to realize they needed fresh eyes, specifically from a singleton perspective. We mostly had chats about the difference between collective and singleton lifestyles. I suggested possible improvements, which were too many to name and too specific to Cormeu. Say, if I write a book on this, will you buy it? Most likely not, but you should really support independent creators. Yeah. Okay, shout out to the developer of the game at Archichat. You can check the link for Archichat on the description. It takes a brief pause staring at it, almost like how it becomes the sign between us to speak for it. There's a gravity to this moment that wasn't there before. There's going to be no more necessities from here. It opens its jaws. I don't think you understand the weight of the situation you're in. Oh, I don't think you do too. You know almost everything. Nervous and worried. Interesting. I know almost everything about you. Almost? You almost know. Tell me, what's the thing you're missing? Or perhaps you're embellishing, overcompensating for something? Well, you listen here. The advanced Zine had this content filled with information about you. Okay. You must have read it, given that the location, time, and date of our meeting was written at the back. So you must have seen what was flipped through. So, I didn't know I have to spell this out for you, but I'm the one in charge here and I want to make that very clear. Really, you're nervous. I mean, I defeat two, Greater. Everything and anything you say can and will be used against you. What? Since when then does a Greater becomes a cop? Yeesh, it doesn't need to be so aggressive about it though. Let's see. Confident or cautious. In a sense, I have the power to ruin you. Oh really? If you want to walk away from here free of consequence. Oh really? The only thing you have to do is comply with what I am saying. Sure. Do you understand? Let's do this. Are you implying I didn't? Oh yeah, this one. I like this one. What? You're right that I did in fact read the contents of the Zine, but there was nothing defamatory or anything scandalous related to me. I met up with Fernway. Who cares? I wanted to join the Vanakava collective. So does millions of water. I fail to see what you have over me. Sure, of course, I'll comply with your questions, because I have nothing to hide. In this situation, I need to get power over this thing. If I establish early on that I'm not going quite into that good night, I'll have leverage. Suit yourself. Oh no. I can see clear as day what it's trying to do. Underground network, buying out all of my source, demanding to answer its question. I somehow got involved in some family crime syndicate. What? But how? All I did was save on people's soul. I didn't get involved in crime. Really? Lubin is a research scientist. She wouldn't be involved in this sort of lifestyle. The Gnark at Zilker could have fabricated some story about me getting involved in crime. But why would he? We hardly met. We never met at all. Unless this isn't about crime at all. The best I can do is sit and wait. So what happens now? I'd like to get to know you a little bit better, sure. Specifically, I don't know what to start out with first. How about your parents? I'm sorry, my what? Parents. The guardian who raised you. Interesting. The beings that through some process birthed you into existence. Why do you want to know this? Oh, okay. You don't have one of those. What? So you were born from the void? Born from the nothing? No. Why are you asking me any of this? Wait. Impatient, okay. I'm doing the question asking here. Remember? So I'm not associated with them anymore. Oh, could you tell me why that is? Why they banished me, I decided to part ways? What's the truth? I'm interested in this one too. Let's go with this. You was born malformed. Mishap. Or whatever else you want to call it. Oh, that's why. Oh, at the start of the story, you were thrown out by your parents at the title screen. Oh my. The conspicuous matter? It is like a vat of nutrients that forms all of our kind. And what kind is? Usually they allow us to properly form and then let us go into the big bright world. But for me, I figured it would be better if I didn't follow that path. What am I doing? I'm not entitled to tell this guy anything. Yeah, better not pressure this thing into any sort of situation. Let's check the journal. Okay, we literally doesn't have any info of this monster. So yeah, that's why I'm not associated with them, I'm not talking to them. My apologies. Oh, okay. Trying to empathize with me? Not a chance. I see right through you. You're doing the exact same thing I'm doing. Next, I was hoping you could tell me more about that pet you keep in your apartment. You could hardly call it that. It seems to resemble the Fructaglock parasite species. Why do you have one just lying around? Yeah, I always wonder about that too. Because Kichi is a little friend. I don't have it lying around, I keep it safely kept in a jar. But why would you keep it with you? I was going to eat it, but I wasn't particularly hungry that day. So I just keep it around and got used to it. Will you ever use it on someone else? Tell the truth? What do you mean? You know what, that thought has never really crossed my mind. Really? It's like a vermin, it remains in the house but I never really acknowledge its existence. I don't see any potential source of use from it and it doesn't bother me in return. Turn your body around. What? Seriously, this guy thinks I'm infected from the parasite. You unwillingly turn around your body, lift all of your limbs for duly protect to see. Sorry, just had to make sure. Oh, you're afraid of the parasite? So that parasite is not used as any kind of weapon? No, I never inflict on it that kind of responsibility. I don't exactly like referring to Kichi as that parasite, but the moment this bile finds out I'm slightly interested in Kichi's well-being, it will only be in harm's way, indeed. It's not exactly that thing would ever listen to me. Then, I see it take a piece of vellum from the ashes of sand. You could still smell the veil that it came from. Using one of its tendrils, it started writing down information on the vellum canvas. And finally, let's get to the point. Your power of insight. Oh, you know it. How does it know? The lights are off. Your mind starts to close in and your sensation numbs. Okay, interesting. You don't feel scared, frightened, not even surprised or shocked or curious. Just confusion ringing in your head, fading in and out. No. Focus. You know as well as I do that there are gifted monsters granted special abilities unique to their kind. Yes. There have been legendary ones such as the uncontested strength. Oh, that seems really cool. Or the power of clairvoyance. Most monster species have superpowers such as the power of misery or the power of invincibility. Okay, that doesn't seem so bad. But I don't think I've ever heard of the power of insight before. And more interesting than that, I've never heard of the species that is associated with that power. So silver tongue species is kinda strange, hidden. Deceiving. You've heard of it. So tell me, Silver Tongue, what are you and what can your power really do? It's deceiving us. How about if we try to correct that thing? No one claimed me and I never knew who my parents were, get it? So to be honest, I wouldn't know. And to be frank, I would never want to know. If you want to do the research into that, it's fine. Don't accept to drag me into this. Aren't you the least bit curious to know where you came from and the legacy behind it? Didn't your parents ever explain to you these things? They chose not to, and I didn't stick long enough to find out. Barely knew them. That was because the one that birthed me soon after tried to murder me. But you don't want to talk about that. You're definitely a part of something though, otherwise why would you have that power? The power isn't exactly a supernatural or some arcane magic. It's more of something I made up for myself rather than something that's a non-abstract ability. This is of course is a lie. My insight does work, but of everything that I am, the last thing this the willing talk needs to know is the ability that I have. Yes, let's try to hide it. And also, one other thing. What's with all the question? Are you writing some lucubration on me? At least let me get some of the academics fun or compensate me for this time. So you aren't even remotely aware of what an anomaly you are. Well, kinda. I'm not a product of nature nor any sort of defect. I never say the word defect. I said that you are something out of the ordinary. It doesn't insinuate that you are better or worse than anybody else. Okay. You're just channeling your own insecurities in my words. Okay? Why do you feel like you're inferior? I don't remember you introducing yourself as my therapist. Because if you are, this has to be the most unconvincing sell you've ever made. Although now with this question, things do start to make sense. So we can eliminate the possibility of it thinking that I'm part of some crime syndicate. Now it seems to be more interested in my past. Who I was as a species member, my parents and my power. There's either some secret artifact related to my species or... But no, why would they ask about Kichi? Kichi is not related to any grand history. Heck, Deolithotech seems to be more informed as to what Kichi was over me. It knew the specific type of person Kichi is. The only connecting factor is me. Why would it concern itself with a nobody like me? Unless... Also, I noticed you didn't answer my earlier question on insight. Yes, I didn't. You just kind of blanked out. So I would like to ask again about your power of insight. Sometimes you just get bombarded with too many questions that it becomes more than enough. Come on, we don't have to do this. Listen to this guy, has the audacity to tell me what to do. Asking me questions. Think it's the one in control? This stops here. Oh. Now is the time to use the power of insight to enter the Deolithotech mind. Find a keyword that could help you. Okay, let's do this. Oh, this is interesting. You may be curious as to how I could do this. It's simple, I don't need to be there or to hear anything. All I need is my power of surveil. Ah, your power of surveil. Interesting. I can overhear everything, only the last couple of seconds, but it's enough to tell me Tashan will be in Lucian's cave. Now hurry before it's too late. Okay then. What was the keyword? Surveil. Oh, it's gone. The power of surveil. So that's how this worm knows of all my conversations. It was never there. It could just overhear the last few seconds of the dialogue. Oh, that hurt, isn't it? Sorry, 1 second. The Thotek body starts screaming around, going in and out of the floor of the tunnel. The orange sand and ink start to blend together and swim past the earworm's body. It falls into the floor and then comes directly out of the ceiling again. Almost like it was transporting. Oh, ringing, eh? I don't know. Oh, what's that? Oh, the 2 of them. 2 smaller earworms appear before the Thotek, rolling from the ceiling. I don't understand that. Yes, right away, master. Okay. And then they disappear. I can understand what they are saying in that greasy deep language. Okay. Greasy deep, eh? So they are basically talking in deep fried. But I'm guessing it's some archaic earworm stuff. Maybe arachnisan. I apologize, but I'm feeling quite unwell, as you can probably see. Oh, it's going to feel more unwell after I spill the news. Don't worry, this kind of thing happens with age. Trust me, I know. But speaking of my knowledge, you know what else I do know? I'll spare you the trouble of any meaningless persiflage. You may know a lot about me, but you're mistaken if you don't think I come here prepared. Why don't you tell me about your power? You know, the power of surveil. Oh, I like that. It's panicking. I don't know what you're... Okay. Don't play dumb with me. You on this wall hanging about me needing to comply and answer your questions. What happened to that noble honesty? So if you're going to bring up my past, I have a right to bring up yours. You and I both know that each power is assigned to a specific species. Last time I checked, earworms were naturally gifted with the powers of surveil. So what's happening with that? What are you, Daily Thotek? The name is Daily Thotek. Last time Silver Tongue. And if you can recall, okay, my use of insight on people leave mostly the consistent side of fatigue, pain in the head, chill, nausea. Except with Kichi, but it seems that the Thotek in particular is suffering the worst part of the side effects. You're not really in condition to talk back to me now. But if I can tell you about my insight, you can tell me about your surveil, can you? Okay. You already know what it is, don't you? Why do you need to hear it from me? The power of surveil. The ability to record the last few seconds of any conversation. There are boundaries on distance and a limit cap on the number of recordings. But it means that the Thotek... I got the name right. Anyways, I'm guessing this is the means through which the Thotek knows of my conversation. And it's why it has been particularly vague of the details and asked me for information regarding it. Moreover, it doesn't seem like I'm the only person Daily Thotek does this whole interrogation stick on. I saw a number of other people that have been recorded in Daily Thotek's mind, yes. But I need to know why it's keeping track on a bunch of seemingly random nobodies. Whilst you're in Thoke, you notice the Thotek slowly recovering from the after effects. It stopped wriggling in the dirt and began to rise up in front of you. Oh. You stand in front of its gaping jaw. We are not having this conversation anymore. We are if you don't want to experience that pain again. Okay. Of course I should have known you were the cause of it. If you do that again, I will. Truth be told, I actually can do insight straight after unless I want to experience some mental strain. Using insight too many times cost me a certain amount of my siphon energy. I'm expected to get some more. That's when a thought crosses your mind. Wait, if they thought I want something from me, then at least I can get something in exchange. What if I ask it to make me its siphon? Granted, that wasn't the first objective for this conversation, but given the direction this is going, we both have a certain leverage over each other, but I have something to gain if it's dilithotic mental energy. Granted, it may be a bit weak due to its suffering the effect far more than usual, but at least it's something. But I should also focus on not losing anything important to dilithotic in the process too. Don't worry, it was an accident the first time I used it. More of like an instinctual reaction when a predator seems near. Okay, I just... What am I making up this time? I emit an aura that causes pain in your head, chills, nausea, and whatever else you're experiencing. And you did this when you were scared? When I feel attacked? It's deceiving me? It's trying to hurt me? But you are certainly capable, and you've blocked the exit and you've made threats about it. Those were just vague gestures to threats, indeed. They weren't actual threats on your life. They are. Trying to retreat words. Maybe this shows that it's technically acknowledging my potential. Didn't know about that whole aura emission thing, indeed. Listen, I'll gladly tell anything you want to hear. I'll comply, as long as it suits me. But I have to know that this is a situation of mutual trust, that this isn't one-sided. So if you're going to get to know me, for whatever reason that I need to figure out as well, then I have a right to get to know you as well, see? So the question has become the questioner. Yes. Ah. Fine, ask me what you want. But unfortunately there won't be much to tell. The questioning will now begin. Use the keywords. Okay. Non-keywords. Okay. Alright. Sure. Let's ask about... What's it? Surveil. Your power, what does it do? If you're asking me, then you'll probably know, but I'll amuse you. The power of surveil allows me to hear the last few seconds of conversation. If I'm feeling good, it can even be the last few minutes. So this is definitely how it knew of my conversation with Ferma and Carmeo. For the conversation, do you have to lock on a specific target? As in, do you get to choose the person you listen in on? Deceiving? No. Oh, okay. Most often with the distant caps I just randomly hear. Sure. The power of surveil isn't my main mechanism for gathering information anyways. You lie a lot, eh? Main mechanism, so is it dilithotic job to get information or something? So all the bombardment of questions is about gathering information about myself. But I have no intrinsic value. My origins are worth nothing. I made it purposefully difficult to find. But dilithotic been doing a pretty good job of digging it up. Granted, it has the power of surveil, but surveil alone didn't disclose my source of globin and nar. Dilithotic surveil couldn't have disclosed the location of my house. Information. So, what was the main mechanism for gathering all that information? You want to be an inside trader? No, I'm just curious. It's always good to be careful about your curiosity, Silvertongue. Do you have anything else left to ask? Sure, information. What about it? Why do you supply it? Aha. I hope information pays well. You'll be surprised. It flicked itself from the ground, but I also have my own needs, goals, and ambition. You have your own goals, do you? Obviously, I don't just live solely for my business. I have a life outside of work. Weird. I never took you for someone who has a social life. Say, have you been to any good code parties? Uh-huh. Okay, let's just drop this. Nothing left to ask? Sure. Goal. What's your goal here? What drives you to do this? I thought it doesn't work. Okay. What drives me? Your goal. The Thotek melts into the ground and wriggles its tail. Why? It's my line of business. It generates me my income. Slowly, its body launched out of the ground and moved closer to my face. It's how I'm still alive. Well, I don't think that's overly convincing. Nobody pursues a path of information gathering without having ulterior motives. Sure, you could talk of needing an income, but there are multiple other avenues for self-employment. Doing this job even when you earn a comfortable amount means you're out for something. Hell, you even own this entire town in Solas. So you have an interconnected network of loyal earworms to do your bidding. I like to think you're a humble monster. You don't need much. You don't need anything more than life necessities. You don't want any excessive pleasures. For none's sake, you live in a sewer. That really goes to show you aren't searching for any luxuries. So why do this when you could easily retire? Maybe start investing in banking or form a code. With your money, I bet you could even start the process of becoming a great terror. Enough. Don't take compliments well. Okay, you don't like being accused of falsehood. Man, I haven't accused you of anything. Oh, you want to be a great terror. I'm drawing conclusions. Coming to illogical conclusions. And guess where the sign is pointing me to? Where? It points me to that you're seeking information for something you don't know. There's nothing I don't know. Oh, really? You pause for a moment, considering what you're going to say next could cost you a lot. But you can stand to remain ignorant forever. After all, if the Thotek went out of its way to get you of all people here, then that must mean it searched for information. I'm guessing it's got something to do with me, doesn't it? Okay, enough with the condescending. So, can you tell me why you brought me here? Okay. The Thotek slams its tendril on the ground as its tail surrounds me like a wreath. Ooh. What else if not for the fact that you spoke to two great terrors and survived? Hey, that's actually from the beginning. Okay. I already noticed that from the beginning. Oh my god. That's something pretty incredible, isn't it? Thousands of monsters do it every day. Really? I mean, maybe if they work for them or one of their worshippers, you fall into none of those categories. It looks like the Thotek doesn't intend on giving away any of its intentions so easily. Guess I'll have to take a peek inside and look. Oh, okay. Let's go then. Oh yeah, finally. What? It's a maze. Interesting. And it's 10 minutes. The final answer is Siphon. The final answer is not quest. Siphon. Interesting. Seven, 6, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. Oh, it's just no, it's not reversed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? I don't understand. Let's see. Chich Horde. What? This is the thing. Interesting. Okay, let's try Siphon. Incorrect. How about quest? Oh, perhaps I just need to... Yeah, I just need to refresh that. I don't know. Chronic, it's chronic, isn't it? Let's try it. I got a key. Okay, it's chronic. And what? Okay, we don't have the key. That took a while to realize. Okay, so oh, that's a lot of puzzle. The dam is closed, then the gates open, and you let your flood of emotion release. Finally, relief from your oppressed emotions. I don't understand. And then it took my soul. It was already mutated and didn't know why. I wish I had a full word for answer. Haze. Huh. Catharsis. Is it? Oh, it is. I don't even know what catharsis means. I'm just guessing. Oh, I'm back here. Interesting. But that means we can teleport to the other door. What? Oh, anything written between two lines is false. Oh, we need to go back first. Between two lines. Let's see. Okay, so the final answer isn't 7, but the final answer is not quest also. Interesting. I don't know, it's written in blue. Underline? What else am I missing? Oh, okay. So it is Siphon. Oh. Siphon? As soon as you exit the mind of the Lithotac, you hear a bellowing roar erupts from its mouth. It effortlessly trashed the wall of ink and sand as it had done before the first time you used Inside. The more you use it, the greater the effect it seems to leave on the mind you enter. But even you feel slightly drained from using it twice with one sitting. The power of Insight, like all powers, doesn't come without a price. Again with the pain, yes. Almost at once, the earworm who have escorted me began to aid the lithotic symptoms. Larvae would show off at the tendrils and a multicolored moisture was applied to its skin. The earworm will be busy pushing sand off and on the lithotic head while speaking in that archaic language as before. Perhaps it was some kind of healing ritual for earworms, but it seems to be working. Okay. Sorry, the game is a little bit lagging, so I have to restart. But it's okay, I have save here, so we'll just continue from here. Okay then. Ooh. Ooh. And then the earworms wriggle into the walls, leaving the lithotic and I alone. I know I just saw that the lithotic is seeking something regarding siphons in general, but if it wants that information from me, it will be hard-pressed to find it. I haven't associated with my kind in years. Decades, okay. But why siphon of all beings? It could be about our gifted power of insight. But no, the lithotic doesn't know what insight actually does. So it couldn't be about exploiting it. It also lied about not knowing what species I was, but it clearly seems to know that I'm a siphon. Or it could be about a specific siphon that had wronged the lithotic in the past. As you go through all the possibilities as to why the lithotic would be interested in siphons, you realize something. I could do all this speculating as much as I want, but I'll never know unless I ask it directly. Okay. The lithotic lets out a growl, trying to recover from your use of insight on it. The lithotic, listen. Stop talking. Okay. This kind of pain never happens to me. I know you had some... Okay. Painful, isn't it? I just barely has the strength to carry out a conversation with you. Well, you want to know what I know. Let me tell you. I know what the whole reason for your business is. I already told you it's my form of income. Oh, okay. You're harping on about nothing. I know it's something to do with siphons. That's why you brought me here, isn't it? A siphon? Never heard of it. Is it seriously going to play ignorant now? You can stop with the superfluous lies. I literally just saw it inside your mind. You saw what? I don't know if it's some sort of personal vendetta, an academic lucubration, or just plain curiosity. So why don't we cut to the chase and you can just tell me what this is all about? Daily Thotek lets out a gentle laugh. It seems strangely at ease for someone who's just been confronted. Is that what your insight does? Look into the mind of others. So you are interested in siphons. You are prevaricating. So are you. I also saw that you aren't particularly fond of them either, that I cannot decipher why. So instead of you trying to squeeze it out of me, why don't you directly ask what you want? Unless the thing it wants is something I will never agree to do. You leave me no choice. How about this? You either lead me to the Conspicio Mother or you'll never live another day. The Conspicio Mother, what do you have with them? I'm not demanding you to ask questions, I'm demanding you to disclose the location of Conspicio Mother. Wait. Oh. You don't know, do you? Of course I wouldn't know. That's... Okay, enough. Tell me where the Conspicio Mother is, or... I honestly don't know where they are, okay? Lies, all 7 in existence are able to echolocate, the Conspicio Mother. That's how the network of information travels. The Thotek did its due diligence in its research regarding my kind, I'll give that. But it should tell you something that even I don't know where they are. It tells me nothing. You sigh. Then let me spell it out for you. If I, a siphon, cannot locate them, then that means there's nothing to locate. What? It means that the Conspicio Mother is gone. What? Okay, interesting. They've been gone for years, the Thotek. Really? The behemoth of an earworm frees, teeth gnashing and body shaking. The Thotek's skin rotates and shifts around its cylindrical form, rusting away, and its tendril curls up. It's frozen. What happened? I know. Of course. That's why I haven't been able to track down a single siphon in all these years. It looked as if it finally achieved some clarity, but at a cost. Melancholy wouldn't be the right word to describe it, but frustration, confusion. Okay, what is actually happening here? Almost like the pinnacle of its discovery was left on a bathos. An anticlimactic. Oh. So, you're telling me that you're the last of your kind. I'm not making any definitive statement like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if I never saw another siphon again. You're all that's left of an entire civilization. That's why it's kinda sad on the beginning. Depressing, you could say, but because all of them saying after all the hard work, you're the cultivation, like that. Because Silver Tongue is the last. I mean, we weren't a civilization as much as a bunch of primitive insects living in dirt. You don't understand what your kind has done to others. No kidding, I wouldn't know. I was excommunicated the day I was born. You were? Yes, I told you I barely knew them. But why? Because I was malformed. Defective. No, it wasn't anything to do with me being weak or because I was unable to do things. Simply put, they just didn't like the way I looked. I was disgusting. What? Even the worm is confused. But that's enough about me. So you are now used to me then. Prepare any... Okay, what? Hold on. Just because the conspicuous matter is dead doesn't mean that inflow of information is. Okay, you calm down. What about agreements that were made? How specific piece of knowledge held by the siphon is that Dilithotic is interested in. I remember something in the inside. Wasn't it something about a pact? But siphon can only form pacts if they want energy removed from one cell into their own, one vessel. You must be interested in the pact that was made between the siphon and another being. Yes. Given that the siphon is most likely dead, the conspicuous mother would normally deal with such matters. But now that they are dead too, it looks like you need me to fulfill the role. What role? Any siphon can usurp another position in the pack if that siphon is dead. Normally, the conspicuous mother, who's the all-powerful siphon, would do such a task. But I'm the only one who could do so now. So I think it's best that you drop your weapon. But can you undo it? Change it? Rewrite it? I can, yes. Yes. Dilithotic undoes the sealed weapon it was pulling as you were talking. It takes a deep sigh. I need you to annul the pact I made with the siphon of mental energy landing. Sure. Only if you meet certain conditions. First, you are to never threaten my life or kill me. You cannot even order other people to put my life in harm or assassinate me. Okay. Done, so can we... Secondly, all the unspent energy that should have been absorbed by that siphon go to me. I don't understand. All this time, the mental energy you've been losing should have gone into the hands of the siphon. I'm redirecting this new energy back to me. As long as you don't take any more of my soul from here. I'd rather take the energy. But why would Dilithotic agree to do this if it's the same thing? Except the siphon is different. I could absorb energy from you at a lower rate. How much lower? 15% of the original takeout amount? 40%. 20. 30% is my final offer. What? Wait. What's so good about being a siphon? Being a siphon? Done. Then I'll make a new condition of my own. Which is... You are to never use insight on me ever again. Okay. Done. That's why Dilithotic responds so badly to the use of insight. Because its mental energy has been strained all these years. Unfortunately, to seal the deal, I have to use insight to go into your mind. I can just draft the contract and sell it. Okay. It's better if we have both copies. They're just here to help ease the pain. Consider this contract sealed. Oh, poor Dilithotic. You will leave your mark. The signature, the keyword. Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, you know what? I can one boba right now. With my mark imprinted on Dilithotic mind, it acts like a signature of some sorts. Meaning that I can siphon their mental energy, yes. Congratulations! You've successfully won the Dilithotic favor. After our conversation, I quickly exited the Dilithotic underground to get up on the surface of Solace. There's no offer to save the game, interesting. It was scorching, humid, and dead in the middle of the night. People passed by, but nobody looked, sorry. All of them should have been Dilithotic earworms lucky. However, they seem to resemble an inconspicuous monster. Anodyne, hardly noticeable. Their figures melt into the atmosphere as the sun mist melt into the dark blotched sky. I suppose this is what I wanted, but there is this feeling where I don't know what's going to happen next. There is no fear, no anticipation, no curiosity. Just the feeling of emptiness that needs to be filled. I turned to see the sundial eye planted on the middle of Solace. There was a tingling in my feet, and an emptiness encompassing the air. The midwinter sandstorm is approaching soon. I knew then that I had to go. After sunlight turned to the west, I went aboard the Solace Island to go back home. I love how there's no music at all here. The ride wasn't all that pleasant, but it was the only place that I could feel like there was serenity in my life. Home could be calm too, but taking care of Kichi can be time consuming. By the time I was back in Baraken, Kichi was already fast asleep. I went over to the drawer and started mixing ingredients in. What am I doing? After everything that's happened these past few days, I'm just sitting here, alone, making myself a meal. Yes, I've just earned the favor of 2 of the great terrors of outer worlds, and managed to successfully outdo my greatest threat to my whole career. I should celebrate, but what? I don't have any equipment or funds to do anything too lavish. No. I know what I need to do. From here on out, I'm drafting a list of names and I'm checking them off one by one. The list will hold the name of Great Terrors, Old Terrors, Dark Terrors, and whoever stands in my way. Oh my! Silver Tom. Oh, I'll celebrate alright. My victories will pave the way for celebration. I'll celebrate by scratching off this name one by one. Slowly but surely having all of them within the palm of my hands. I'll celebrate by having people kneel at my feet. They'll be honored to even witness my presence. They'll gaze upon my visage and call my domains works of art. They'll loathe the days that they thought I was nothing. Oh my. I'll celebrate by ruling this outer world, and it will be on my own with no string attached. No one to answer to, and no one who will ever dare disobey my orders. You become a dictator. Oh, that's a good. That's a strange to be. Son N. How many N is there? On the path to rule. Monsters inside. Finally, we have reached the ending, I guess. Is that the true ending? I don't know. Lovely. Now this is how you end a game. I like that. Ah, it's nice to just sit here and listen to the music after all that journey. Let's see. We finally did it. Nice. Oh yeah, there is a lot of endings. Oh my god, 7 endings in totals. I don't know. It's a really good game. I love it. The usage of music and sound was really excellent. I like that. There's a lot of hidden lore and story here, which is nice. There's already an established world. That's what to know. And all the monsters that I met, they have their own special personality. We could say they're all different and interesting. I like this game. And also, the flying mouth and stuff, it's unique. So I guess that's all for Monster Inside. It's been a long journey and I must say, great. See you later then, in my next video. Bye bye.